Imagine walking through ancient Thebes, not by torchlight, but under glowing orbs, powered by invisible energy. What if the civilization that built the pyramids also mastered electricity thousands of years before Edison or Tesla were born? Would the Nile be lined with copper wire obelisks? Would the temples of Karnak shine through the night like Las Vegas? Let's explore a world where the ancient Egyptians didn't just reach for the afterlife, but for the spark of science itself. The ancient Egyptians were technological pioneers for their time. They developed precise mathematics, sophisticated engineering, and advanced medicine. The pyramids of Giza, aligned with celestial bodies, remain marvels of precision. They used copper tools, created surgical instruments, and understood basic chemistry. And yet, they never invented electricity as we know it, not even the simplest form of electric current. But they might have been close. There's a mysterious artifact, the Baghdad battery, found in Mesopotamia, not Egypt, that some theorize could produce a weak electric charge. If that knowledge had somehow reached Egypt, what would they have done with it? Let's imagine a breakthrough. Around 2500 BCE, during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, an alchemist priest experimenting with copper, lemon juice, and iron accidentally produces a faint electric current. A spark from the gods, they call it. He shows the priests how certain metals can make strange forces enough to cause tingling, heat, even light under the right conditions. Word spreads to the high temple. Khufu, obsessed with power and legacy, funds a secret order, the electro-priesthood of Heliopolis. Their task: to uncover and master the divine energy of the gods. The priests begin building early batteries, clay jars with acidic grape juice and copper rods. They discover electroluminescent materials, natural phosphors that glow when stimulated. Soon, they light up sacred chambers deep inside pyramids, where sunlight never reached. Gold plating is enhanced by electroplating techniques, giving artifacts an otherworldly shine. Statues of gods are animated with magnetic fields and hidden copper coils, creating awe-inspiring illusions. Electricity becomes a religious force, not science, but divine mystery. By 2000 BCE, temples in Memphis, Thebes, and Abydos have electric lighting glowing blue orbs suspended from ceilings, powered by rows of primitive batteries. These divine suns illuminate scrollwork, hieroglyphs, and statues that seem alive. Elite scribes use electrically charged styluses to burn microsymbols onto gold leaf, papyrus making forgery nearly impossible. The Nile becomes an artery, not just of water, but energy. Granite obelisks are fitted with copper cores acting as primitive capacitors, or lightning conductors. Though not yet transmitting power across distance, the Egyptians begin to think in grids and flows. The pharaohs now wield not just divine authority, but literal lightning. Early versions of electric shock weapons emerge, painful, but non-lethal tools used for interrogation or crowd control. Guardians of the tombs carry rods of wrath, copper sticks that discharge low voltage to ward off grave robbers. Electricity becomes the ultimate symbol of divine right. Other regions like Nubia, Canaan, and even early Mycenae marvel at Egypt's power. Some attempt to steal their secrets. In response, Egypt becomes more isolationist, hiding electrical knowledge within the priesthood. As generations pass, internal debates arise. Should electricity be studied rationally, remain a divine mystery? One sect of priest scientists wants to harness it openly to build, to innovate. Another believes it must remain sacred, secret, and controlled by the temples. This philosophical divide leads to tension, even sabotage. Some temples are destroyed during conflicts over electrical use. Eventually, Amenhotep III mediates the divide. Electricity will serve both the gods and the people, but always under temple supervision. The presence of electricity transforms daily Egyptian life. Markets stay open after dark. Illuminated temples attract pilgrims from across the world. Art evolves. Wall carvings now include depictions of coils, lightning bolts, and glowing orbs. A new priestly class, the charged ones, rises to prominence, revered as semi-divine interpreters of energy. Electricity is woven into mythology. Ra is said to ride a sun chariot of fire and current. Even mummification changes. New tools use heat and static to sterilize or preserve bodies with unprecedented precision. Word spreads beyond Egypt's borders. Mesopotamians, seeing glowing temples across the Sinai, believe Egypt has contacted the gods directly. Phoenician traders smuggle early batteries westward, introducing electrical lore to the Mediterranean. By 1500 BCE, rival powers like the Hittites and Minoans begin their own secret electro labs. A primitive energy arms race begins. Egypt responds by founding the House of Eternal Light, an early university devoted to electrical mastery, guarded by elite scribes and warrior priests. Electricity reaches its peak under Ramesses II. Entire pyramid complexes are now wired, using copper-lined shafts to transmit low-energy pulses. Though still primitive by modern standards, Egypt develops centralized energy planning first in history. Nile floods are predicted with electric sensors. Large bronze discs placed in deserts gather static. There's even an experimental solar furnace, a precursor to concentrated solar power. Ramesses dreams of electrifying Africa, creating an empire not only ruled but powered from the Nile to the Atlas Mountains. In this timeline, the classical world is forever changed. Electricity, tied to religion, never becomes fully democratized, but it persists. By the time of Alexander, the Greeks encounter glowing temples, shock weapons, and copper libraries. They carry these ideas back home. The Roman Empire, instead of rediscovering Greek philosophy, now inherits Egypt's electrical mysticism. By the time of the Renaissance, the scientific revolution includes electric theory 1500 years earlier. Modern electricity, electronics, and computing all emerge in a radically different world, one shaped by pharaohs, not physicists. So, what if ancient Egypt had discovered electricity? Would the light of the Nile have illuminated the world sooner, or would it have remained locked in stone temples and holy rituals? Would we now worship the current as a god, rather than a force? Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because sometimes, a spark in the past is all it takes to rewrite the future.